Hello and welcome. In this concept demonstration, I will discuss the concept of developing a decision support system for managing defense supply chains in a post-COVID world using Industry 4.0 technologies, which is an emerging topic for Australian defense during this ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The outline of this presentation is as follows. At first, I will discuss what is the concept of a decision support system as a tool for the defense supply chain. I will also discuss who will be the main user of the system and why it is useful. Finally, how the tool can be implemented in real life. Like other sectors of our life, supply chains play an important role for defense. It is a network which coordinates different tiers, from raw material suppliers all the way to the client, which is defense in this case, to receive products at the right place at the right time, while optimizing certain goals or objectives. The products can range from ships to combat vehicles to bulletproof vests. As we can see from the figure, the materials or services are processed and moved from left to right at each stage in the supply chain when value is added. And on the other hand, information about this value addition moves from right to left in the network. Since each tier or phase of supply chains are interconnected, any uncertainty or interruption may affect the overall performance of the supply chain. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic creates uncertain situations due to sudden lockdowns and social distancing measures that affect the regular operations of the defense supply chain in several ways. For example, uncertainty and disruptions in processing raw materials, or in transportation, as suppliers, manufacturers, and clients are geographically located in different places. Moreover, recent international political and climate issues make the decision-making processes even more complicated. Therefore, the decision makers need to find a tool or a decision support system which can offer resilient supply chains decision-making processes by considering these uncertainties and disruptions to ensure economical, sustainable, and practical outcomes. Modern Industry 4.0 technologies are able to offer near real-time information for all tiers of the supply chain to decision makers, which can enable them to make decisions considering the uncertainties faced by each tier of the system and provide optimized decisions or plans for each tier. These operations can then further be monitored by the Decision Support System Manager, and plans can be re-optimized or rescheduled if required, giving the manager a holistic view of the supply chain and the ability to provide integrated decisions. After understanding the technical side of the decision support system, we can focus on the second question, which is who will get benefit from this system. The obvious comparison comes up by assessing the impacts of using the proposed decision-making tool from the different stakeholders' points of view. For example, suppliers, manufacturers, transporters, retailers, and the client, defense. Decision support systems can be useful in future pandemics, as well as in the future in general. They provide integrated decision-making, planning for uncertainty, and contingency planning in the case of interruption. To implement this, we start by narrowing the scope of the decision to either a strategic, tactical, or operational level. We then consider the impact of the change on the business and the perspectives of the relevant stakeholders. The decision support system takes in data from components of the supply chain, aids the decision support system manager with the analytics necessary to make decisions, and facilitates the deployment of these decisions. There are many ways to understand changes to a business and look at the impact of a change on a business, one being CATWOE Analysis, which is shown here. The decision support system is built to analyze the data from various parts of the supply chain and to ultimately provide the decision support system manager with the analytics they need to make effective decisions for the supply chain. The decision support system integrates input information from various parts of the supply chain, which in turn can lead to solutions to various issues. For suppliers, this could assist with meeting deadlines and minimizing delays. For manufacturers, it could mean achieving target production capacity, minimization of costs of production, and ensuring standards for quality and safety. Transport vehicles can use real-time information to reroute vehicles in the case of unexpected events. Retailers can manage inventory levels in real time and avoid running out of stock. Overall, for defense, this means resilient planning and the ability to consider uncertainty in the supply chain. From the end user's perspective, based on the information inputs to the decision support system for each tier of the supply chain, the decision support system manager will get output solutions from the decision support system. In this example, the aim is to minimize total costs and carbon footprint of the supply chain. As there is a trade-off between the solutions, a curve of possible solutions will be shown, with a balanced solution near the middle point. The manager could also choose a solution optimizing for one of the specific variables if required.